You tired of dealing with joint pain and inflammation? You're not alone. And if you're a senior, you know how tough it can be to manage those daily aches and pains. But what if I told you that some of the foods you eat could be making it worse? Yes, true. In fact, even seemingly healthy foods like dairy and certain vegetables could be contributing to your discomfort. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's true. So, in today's video, we're going to reveal the top 6 foods you must avoid if you're looking to reduce joint pain and inflammation. Some of these might surprise you, and we'll also share healthier alternatives to help you feel your best. Stick with me until the end, because you won't want to miss these game-changing tips. So, let's jump right in and start with number 1 on our list: processed and red meat. There's nothing quite like the taste of crispy bacon at breakfast, a juicy burger at a summer cookout, or a plate of spicy sausage at dinner. These foods are rich, flavorful, and satisfying. But what if they're also making your joint pain worse every time you eat them? Processed and red meats, like hot dogs, bacon, sausages, and beef, contain high levels of saturated fats that trigger inflammation in the body. Inflammation is the immune system's natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it damages healthy tissues, including the cartilage in your joints. This leads to stiffness, swelling, and pain, making arthritis symptoms worse over time. And it doesn't stop there. These meats also contain advanced glycation end products, harmful compounds that form when meat is grilled, fried, or heavily processed. Advanced glycation end products speed up oxidative stress, which damages joint tissues and breaks down cartilage. The more advanced glycation end products you consume, the more stress your body has to fight off, increasing the risk of joint deterioration and chronic pain. So, if you feel a cheer after a meat-heavy meal, your body might be reacting to this buildup of inflammatory compounds. Then, there's weight gain. Processed meats are high in calories and unhealthy fats, making it easy to eat more than you need. Extra weight puts more pressure on your joints, especially in your knees, hips, and lower back. The more pressure your joints take, the more painful even simple movements, like walking or standing up, can become. But don't worry, you don't have to give up meat entirely. You just need to make better choices. If you enjoy red meat, limit your intake to once or twice a week and opt for leaner cuts like sirloin, tenderloin, or grass-fed beef, which contain less saturated fat. Cooking methods matter too. Baking, slow roasting, or steaming are much better choices than frying or charring meats at high temperatures, which produce more advanced glycation end products compared to frying or grilling at high temperatures. For even better joint health, consider replacing red meat with lean proteins like chicken, turkey, or fish. Skinless chicken and turkey are low in saturated fat, making them a great alternative. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel offer even more benefits because they're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which actively reduce inflammation and protect joint cartilage. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week to experience these benefits. If you prefer plant-based options, foods like lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, and tofu are excellent protein sources that also provide fiber and essential nutrients. Lentils and chickpeas help stabilize blood sugar levels, reducing inflammation in the body. Quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids necessary for muscle and joint health. Tofu, made from soybeans, is packed with protein and natural plant compounds that help reduce inflammation. These foods can easily be added to soups, salads, stir-fries, or grain bowls for a delicious joint-friendly meal. So, if you're trying to ease joint pain, cutting back on processed meats is a great start. But there's another sneaky culprit hiding in plain sight: refined carbohydrates. That morning bagel, bowl of cereal, or side of white rice may seem harmless, but these foods could be triggering inflammation and making your joints feel even worse. But why are refined carbs such a problem? These foods, like white bread, pasta, pastries, white rice, and many breakfast cereals, go through heavy processing that strips away fiber, vitamins, and minerals, leaving behind fast-digesting, high-glycemic carbs. When you eat them, your blood sugar spikes quickly, triggering a surge of insulin and pro-inflammatory chemicals in the body. Over time, this constant cycle of sugar spikes and crashes triggers chronic inflammation, making joint pain and stiffness even worse. And it doesn't stop there. Refined carbs are low in fiber, which means they don't keep you full for long. Ever eaten a big plate of white pasta and felt hungry again soon after? That's because refined carbs digest too quickly, leading to overeating and weight gain. And as mentioned earlier, extra weight puts more stress on your knees, hips, and lower back, making every step, bend, and movement more painful. So how do you fix it? You don't have to give up carbs, just choose better ones. Swap white bread for whole grain or sprouted bread, which contains fiber to keep blood sugar stable and support joint health. Instead of regular pasta, try chickpea or lentil pasta, which is packed with protein and fiber, keeping you full longer. Replace white rice with brown rice, quinoa, or farro. These whole grains are loaded with anti-inflammatory nutrients and antioxidants. And if you love potatoes, opt for sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes. They have a lower glycemic impact and contain beta-carotene and vitamin C, which help fight inflammation. Making these simple swaps can reduce inflammation, support your joints, and even boost your energy levels. Have you ever noticed how certain carbs make you feel sluggish or achy? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. Now, we've talked about how refined carbs and processed meats can trigger inflammation. But what about something as simple as a glass of milk or a slice of cheese? Dairy products are often seen as a healthy staple, but for some people, they can actually make joint pain worse. But how? The issue lies in casein, a protein found in dairy products like milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. In some individuals, casein can trigger inflammation and worsen arthritis symptoms. If you've ever noticed more stiffness or swelling after eating dairy, your body might be reacting to this protein. Then there's lactose intolerance, which affects a large number of adults, often without them even realizing it. Many people experience bloating, gas, or digestive discomfort after consuming dairy, and this kind of gut irritation can contribute to systemic inflammation. The connection between gut health and joint pain is real, and if your body struggles to digest dairy, it could be making your symptoms worse. And let's not forget mucus buildup. Some people find that dairy increases congestion and phlegm, which can be especially problematic if you have respiratory issues like asthma or chronic sinus problems. If you often feel more congested after eating cheese or drinking milk, it might be worth testing how your body feels without it. So, what are the better options? Swap regular milk for plant-based alternatives like almond, oat, or coconut milk. These are much easier on digestion and won't trigger inflammatory responses. If you love yogurt, try dairy-free options made from coconut or almond milk, which still provide probiotics without the casein. And instead of relying on dairy for calcium, eat more leafy greens like kale and spinach, chia seeds, and fortified plant-based drinks, which can give your body the nutrients it needs without the inflammatory effects. And shortly, if you suspect dairy might be affecting your joints, try cutting it out for a few weeks and see how you feel. Now, let's move on to another major culprit that many people overlook: fried and fast foods. We all love crispy golden fries, a juicy piece of fried chicken, or a warm, fluffy donut fresh from the fryer. They are comforting, delicious, and, honestly, hard to resist. But here is the catch. Fried and fast foods could be making your joint pain much worse. But why is that? The biggest problem with these foods is the unhealthy fats they are cooked in. Fried foods are often made with partially hydrogenated oils, which contain trans fats. Trans fats are one of the most inflammatory ingredients in processed foods. They not only trigger chronic inflammation, but also increase low-density lipoprotein, which is the bad cholesterol, while lowering high-density lipoprotein, which is the good cholesterol. This combination does not just harm your heart, it also worsens joint pain and stiffness, making arthritis symptoms even harder to manage. And that is not the only issue. Fried foods contain extremely high levels of advanced glycation end products, which are harmful compounds that form when food is cooked at very high temperatures, such as deep frying. These compounds damage collagen, the protein that keeps your joints flexible and cushioned. Over time, this speeds up joint deterioration, leading to more pain, stiffness, and limited mobility. If you have ever felt extra sluggish or achy after eating a greasy fast food meal, it is not just in your head. Your body is reacting to these inflammation triggers. So, what can you do instead? The good news is, you do not have to give up crispy, crunchy foods entirely. Instead of deep-fried foods, go for air-fried or baked alternatives. For example, bake sweet potato fries instead of frying regular ones. Instead of frying in vegetable or canola oil, which is high in inflammatory omega-6 fats, use heart-healthy olive oil or avocado oil for cooking. If you love snacking, replace greasy fast food with homemade roasted chickpeas or almonds. Roasted chickpeas are crunchy, flavorful, and packed with protein, fiber, and anti-inflammatory nutrients. They make a great alternative to chips or fried snacks. When choosing chickpeas, you can use canned ones for convenience, but if you have time, dried chickpeas are an even better option. They have a firmer texture and crisp up better when roasted. If using dried chickpeas, soak them overnight, boil them until tender, and then dry them completely before roasting. If using canned chickpeas, drain and rinse them well to remove excess sodium, then pat them completely dry with a paper towel. Removing as much moisture as possible is key to getting them crispy. To make them at home, start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and lining a baking sheet with parchment paper. Spread the chickpeas in a single layer on the baking sheet and roast them for 15 minutes without any seasoning. This helps them dry out before adding oil. After 15 minutes, remove them from the oven and toss them with a tablespoon of olive oil, sea salt, garlic powder, smoked paprika, black pepper, and, if you like a little heat, a pinch of cayenne pepper. Mix well so they are evenly coated. Return them to the oven and roast for another 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown and crispy. Shake the pan halfway through to ensure even cooking. Let them cool for a few minutes, as they will continue to crisp up as they cool. Enjoy them immediately or store them in an airtight container for up to 3 days. You can experiment with different flavors by adding cinnamon and honey for a sweet version or cumin and turmeric for an extra anti-inflammatory boost. These small changes let you enjoy the crunch and flavor you love without the pain and stiffness that come with fried foods. Have you ever tried making your own healthy snack alternatives? Let me know your favorite swaps in the comments. Now, we have covered how fried foods can aggravate inflammation, but there is another category of food that might surprise you: nightshade vegetables. These include tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, and bell peppers, which are common staples in many diets. They are colorful, nutritious, and packed with vitamins, but for some people, they can make joint pain significantly worse. But why do nightshade vegetables cause issues for certain individuals? The main concern is a natural compound they contain called solanine. Solanine is a type of alkaloid that some studies suggest may trigger inflammation and worsen arthritis symptoms, especially in people with rheumatoid arthritis. While not everyone is sensitive to solanine, those who are may experience increased joint stiffness, swelling, and pain after consuming nightshade vegetables. Another issue is that these vegetables can sometimes lead to gut irritation. A weakened gut lining can cause inflammation to spread throughout the body, making existing joint issues even more uncomfortable. If you have been eating these foods regularly and notice more stiffness or pain afterward, they could be contributing to your discomfort. That being said, not everyone reacts negatively to nightshade vegetables. If you are unsure whether they affect you, try eliminating them from your diet for a few weeks and then slowly reintroducing them. If your joint pain improves during the elimination period and returns, when you start eating them again, they may be a trigger for you. If you do need alternatives, there are plenty of anti-inflammatory vegetables and fruits to choose from. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are excellent choices because they are packed with vitamins and minerals that help reduce inflammation rather than fuel it. If you need substitutes for potatoes or tomatoes in recipes, try using zucchini or cauliflower, which provides similar textures without the risk of solanine sensitivity. For extra antioxidants to support joint health, Include more berries and citrus fruits in your diet. Blueberries, oranges, and grapefruits are full of vitamin C and other compounds that help fight inflammation and protect your joints. By making these small adjustments, you can still enjoy a variety of delicious, nutrient-rich foods while keeping joint pain in check. We have covered a lot of foods that can worsen joint pain, but there is one more that deserves special attention. Last on our list, but certainly not the least concerning, are sugary drinks and sodas. These drinks are everywhere, from soft drinks and energy drinks to fruit punches and sweetened iced teas. They may seem refreshing, but if you suffer from joint pain, they could be one of the worst things for your health. But why are sugary drinks so harmful? The biggest problem is their high content of fructose and refined sugar. When you drink a soda or a sweetened beverage, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. This triggers an inflammatory response in the body, which can make joint pain worse. Chronic inflammation does not just affect arthritis. It also contributes to other serious conditions like heart disease and diabetes. Excess sugar also leads to weight gain, which puts extra stress on your joints, particularly in the knees and hips. Carrying extra weight increases the wear and tear on your cartilage, leading to more pain and stiffness over time. Another major concern is the effect of sugary drinks on uric acid levels. High fructose beverages have been linked to an increase in uric acid production, which can trigger gout. Gout is an extremely painful form of arthritis that causes sudden swelling and intense discomfort in the joints, particularly in the feet and toes. If you have ever woken up with a throbbing pain in your big toe, sugar-filled drinks might be a contributing factor. But the good news is that you do not have to give up flavorful drinks entirely. Instead of reaching for a sugary soda, try switching to unsweetened herbal teas. Ginger tea and turmeric tea are excellent choices because they have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help ease joint pain. If you prefer something more refreshing, infused water is a great alternative. Simply add slices of lemon, cucumber, or fresh berries to your water for a natural burst of flavor without the added sugar. If you love fruity drinks, homemade smoothies can be a delicious and healthy option. Blend antioxidant-rich berries with spinach, chia seeds, and a splash of almond milk for a nutrient-packed drink that fights inflammation instead of fueling it. And this wraps our today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. See you in the next video.